In this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to quickly make a Minecraft server. Now first things first, you're going to need to find a device to run it on. This can be a laptop, it can be a computer, it can be practically anything you want it to be. Now then next you're going to need to go to papermc.io and download their software, or find the default server software for Minecraft. I'll leave a link to this in the description. It's very easy to download. Next you create a new folder. Now as you can see I've already made one called test server in the public folder, and then what you need to do is you need to add the file to it. I've already done it. I've named it server.jar, but you can keep it as its normal name. Just replace server.jar with whatever the jar file is called. Then next what you're going to have to do is you're going to need to open up a terminal or command prompt, or in Windows you can actually just click on the jar file and automatically run it, and then run the jar file. Now if you're on macOS or any distribution of Linux, then you are going to need to go into the directory. Now to do that you just do cd and then the name of your directory. For this is just the me/home/pi/public/test server, as that's where I put this. Then next you're going to need to run Java, and then there are a few things that you're going to need to set. First will be what is essentially a good amount of memory for the server to be using on a regular basis. So I set this for this specific server to around 2 GB, so 2G, using the -xms flag. There is no space between the value you're doing and the actual flag itself, it just looks like that. Then you set the very maximum amount of memory that it can use. So for that, that's the xmx flag, which I'm setting this to 3 GB. Now what you do is you tell it the name of the jar file. Now for this, of course, it's called server.jar, as you can see, as it is very simply the file which is over here. So I'm going to do -jar server.jar. Then what it will do is when you run it, it will ask you that you need to accept the user agreement. So I'm going to wait for it to do that, and I'll just pause it here. Okay, so it just finished loading, and it essentially gives you an error which says that you haven't accepted their user agreement. So all you need to do for this is go into euler.txt and change euler equals false to euler equals true to essentially say that you accept the user agreement, and then save the file. Then what you would do is you will run it again in the terminal. So I'm going to go back into folder and then load up the server. Now the server has finished loading for me and it's already up, but there is one final thing you have to do. To allow other people to access your server who aren't on your network, so anyone else like your friends, you will need to port forward it. Now there's a very simple method that I'm going to show you to do this, and all it requires is for you to log into your router's control panel and then find where the setting for port forwarding is. Now in my specific router it's under advanced setup, and then there's an option which says port forwarding/port triggering, but that's only because I'm using a Netgear router. For some people it may be under security or under administration or under something else. It really depends on what you're using. Then you'll see that there is an option to add a port forwarding setting. So for me I've already got it set up, so I'm going to delete my existing one. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click custom service, and then under the service name I'm going to call it Minecraft Java. Then what I'm going to do for the external starting port for Minecraft Java Edition, that is 25565, and the end port is of course the same as the start port, so it's 25565. And then for the device I'm going to select my Raspberry Pi, as that is the device which I'm using right now for the server, and then I'm going to hit apply. That will automatically create the record and it will start working, and that's practically all you need to do. All you can do after that is search what is my IP, and it will tell you what your IP address is, and you can join using that.